Xenos time, or Xenos Dragon time. Cool. Oh. That was so funny. Everyone just perished. Oof. Man. Ow! I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Really okay to beat? Oh, damn. How do people even know, like, where's safe? Where's not safe, you know? Active time maneuver. Ready? Whoa. What is happening? Oh my goodness. Shoot. I have no idea what's happening, but I'm just gonna go with the flow. Nice.
Are you all right?
No, girl, I just beat Xenos.
Xenos.
Oh, wait. I didn't. His dummy thickness is still up there and... Oh.
The hunter has indeed become the hunted. And yet, there is only joy. Transcendent joy that I have never known. How invigorating, how pure this feeling.
Is that what this was all about? All the meaningless death and destruction, so you could feel something?
Meaningless. Men die that others may live. Those who survive are stronger for it. Not that you could ever understand. To have stood upon this great stage of fools. To have played my part to perfection. Oh, this moment. Let it be enshrined in eternity. My heart beating out of time. So clear, so vivid, so real, so real.
Huh?
Coward!
Stop!
Oh, he's about to...
Farewell, my first friend. My enemy.
Where is he?
Is dead. By his own hand.
Then justice has been done.
No. There's no justice in that rabid animal's end.
Liberty or death. That so many should be forced to take up this creed to defeat such madness.
We won. Forget him. The living have need of us now.
Stand tall, Lys. Now is the time to raise a cheer for all who fought for freedom. A cheer loud enough to carry to the highest heavens.
You're right. Thank you. Without you... well, you know. So let's do it together. For Alamigo!
I didn't think he would kill himself. Yes. Oh. Okay, I thought she was just like, I'm out of here. That's it then. Alamigo Doma free.
In crimson it began, and in crimson it ended. And then we were free.
Well, Stormblood's done. Well, not all of it, but...
But what is freedom, really?
Yeah, what is freedom? Oh.
We may be free to live, to love, to grow old, to have dreams and desires, and to strive for them. But in the end, we're defined by the legacy our forefathers bequeathed to us. Even Xenos was once a baby in the cradle, innocent and pure. He was made into a creature that lived only for death, not born one. "20 years of Imperial rule have left Alamigo torn and bleeding. It won't be easy to heal a generation's worth of wounds, to bridge the gap. But I won't give up, Papalimo. I won't.
Aw. Papa Limo.
Because I remember the price of freedom. I remember the smoke, and the ashes, and the blood. I remember the screams, and the silence. And I'll do whatever it takes to honor their sacrifice, to build a home for us all. I promise you. This is the end. The end of the imperial province of Alamigo, and the rebirth of Alamigo, the free nation. Long may she endure.
Woohoo! I like this story. Like, I know a lot of people said it like... Oh, singing. I know people said it was lacking, but... I don't know, I honestly, so far, I think all of the expansions are great. Can't believe I finished, but at the same time, I think like I've been playing Stormblood. It felt like I've been playing Stormblood for a long time, but I'm sure it's no longer than the rest. I think Heavensward was by far the longest one, considering it had like 2 post Dragon Song, Dragon War, whatever, and then post Dragon Song. Heavensward, post Heavensward, Dragon Song, post Dragon Song. And then Stormblood, and then there's a post-Stormblood, and then that's it for Stormblood. So I have, like, one more MSQ thing to do. I'm assuming in Doma. And then, yeah. we'll see where that takes us. Either way, I thoroughly enjoyed that, so. Do 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 do. scientist guy. Well, while that finishes, I'm gonna go up and check something. Holy crap, holy, is this still going? Or did it restart? Okay. Ah, Estinian.
Well, well, well. What a fine mess we've made.
Where were you? You destroyed the pipe and then you disappeared. Oh. Oh, Nidhogg's eyeballs. He's gonna lay them to rest as well.
All but spent feeding that primal, eh? Well, you won't be making any mischief with that amount of ether. Still, better safe than sorry. There ends your hateful legacy.
He was just off doing his own damn thing. Like, destroying Nidhogg for good, It's over. My condolences for your loss. A father should not outlive his son. What nonsense. Elidibus. You do not mourn his loss. You surprise me, your radiance. He was your son and heir, and an irreplaceable test subject. I know what he was. Monsters are not made for thrones. Damn. Nor are stars made to sustain false gods who sup on their very essence. Icons summoned by desperate savages who hearken to the whispers of shadowless charlatans. I don't know if that's how it was, but... You should raise a hand against my black-robed brethren. I will not stop you. Should you raise a hand against my black-robed... Our desires are one and the same. Preservation, restoration. Compression, resurrection. All is in service to your one true God. And when the sundered shards are made whole, will there be a place for us mere mortals? Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will, your radiance. You will come to trust me in time. Until then, mayhap you will find this reassuring. How dare you? Huh? They're not gonna show us, obviously. I'm confused now. Alright. I believe we're on to post Stormblood. Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes it's confusing. We did it. We liberated Mihgo. I don't know what to say. I don't even know how to feel about it all. Relief, I suppose. Pride. And hope too. We did it, Father, Ida, Papalimo, Conrad, Mefrid, Minfilia. We really did it. Hey, don't feel like you have to stand here listening to me mumble. Everyone else wants to talk to you. You beat him, after all. You're the real hero of this story. So run along and take your plots. For you to best Xenos, and even after he had harnessed the power of a primal, is a testament to your ever-growing strength. Not bitter to have had your vengeance stolen from you by another. There is some small regret, perhaps, but that is outweighed by the satisfaction I find in his death. I commend you. As should we all. Xenos was a monster and a tyrant, the man who killed my father and countless other of my countrymen. The world is a better place without him in it. I should also praise Master Alphino for his foresight and restraint. Had he not intervened, I might have had the pleasure of being reunited with Hakuro and his Lupin brothers. Oh, I didn't even see Hian was there. I was like, how is Hian talking? Okay, I see him now. It was a timely intervention. Aye, full glad am I not to have been burdened with the guilt of killing my Lord Hian's most trusted allies. Ha! Indeed, my friend, indeed. My god, everyone has something to say to me. After all we've been through, I really should know better than to worry, but as ever, the relief I felt upon finding you hale and whole in the royal menagerie well nigh reduced me to tears. The warrior of light, victorious again. I should be surprised if some small part of you had not come to resent the title and the responsibilities which accompany it. You must forgive us if we call you hero when you accomplish heroic feats. As the warrior of light does, but as the warrior of light goes, so goes the world. You should take pride in the good you have done, and in the good you have inspired others to do. You are a natural-born leader of men. All these people weren't just following their commanders, they were following you. And you led them to victory, to freedom. Alas, not everyone could see the journey through to its end, but history shall remember them, and the glorious future they made possible. Can you believe it? We won! We beat the bastards! Mihgo! Sorry, got a bit carried away there, didn't I? It's hard not to, you know? We owe it to the friends we buried to shout and scream and cheer with all our hearts. I want them to know it wasn't for nothing, that it's finally over, and they can rest in peace. You hear that, lads? We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Oh, bugger, not again. I'm so bleeding happy I could cry. True. The hero of the hour. I thought he was doing the Manderville for a second as a storm officer. The hero of the hour. I suppose we'll have to add Liberator to your titles. With their commander fallen, the remainder of the 12th chose to surrender to our forces. After 20 long years, it's official. The occupation has ended. But now, the hard work starts. Though the people have had their fill of kings, there's no clear consensus on what sort of government they would prefer instead. Indeed, Father. Momentous as this achievement may be, the road which lies before us is no less uncertain than the one we have walked. Aye. Yet, if we can overcome 2 decades of oppression, I've no doubt we can find a way forward. Thank you for helping to make this dream a reality. Whee! Just jumps off. Finished your rounds? Great. In that case, I'd like you to come with me, back in Ralph's Reach. Not for a rematch or anything, sadly. I want to call all the Scions together. I'll explain later. Oh, it teleported me there. No. I don't even know where to begin.
We've been through a lot together, haven't we? I can't thank you enough. There's something I need to say to you all. That is, if you have a moment.
To you all. Oh, I was like, who is she talking to? Okay, there they are. You stolen Alizé back in business?
Good. You're all here. Good. Good. Thank you doesn't really suffice, does it? I'm grateful. Truly grateful from the bottom of my heart. But I know you didn't fight so hard just to hear me or anyone else say that. You fought because you wanted to help, because you believed it was right. Because you're scions. Now, I'm obviously a scion, but as Conrad left me in charge of things here, I also have responsibilities to Mihgo. When I put it like that, though, I realized I couldn't even pretend to be impartial anymore. So it seemed best to make it official. As long as I serve Mihgo, I can't be a scion. It might be selfish and short-sighted, but that's my decision.
Understand.
Am I to understand that you summoned us all, some of us still nursing wounds, to hear this?
Oh, I didn't,
Forgive me, Lise. 'Twas but a jest. But this I say with the utmost sincerity. Scion or no, we are comrades, now and ever after. Is that not so? There you have it. Come what may, you may count on us in your hour of need. We shall never refuse you.
Stola. Oh, gods. I swore I wouldn't cry.
Can we get a group hug? Oh, we didn't get a group hug.
Come back here, you slippery little devil.
Setsu! Go, Setsu, let's go. He's alive.
What greater proof of a man's lingering mortality than an empty belly? A fate worse than death. Fie on it. To have
I'm so
arrived at the
happy.
appointed place and time, only to survive by mere force of habit. Truly, the Kami are not finished with us yet. Oh, capricious fortune. How you test me with this wretched soul.
What's he going on about? Oh. Oh! Oh, Yatsuyu. Are they stranded? What is happening? What are they doing there? How did they get there? I have so many questions. Whoa, okay. What in the heck? Is that like a hole? Sid! This is indeed the work of either Shinryu or Omega. And since there is undeniably something down there radiating a massive amount of energy, which cannot very well be the late Viceroy's lap dragon, yes, I think we have our suspect. Well, this is a mess of our own making, so it falls to us to clean it up. It won't be easy, but is it ever? And now comes the part where you say you've got no choice but to divert company resources and employees to this pet project of yours. Lost profits and belligerent clients be damned. Financial considerations notwithstanding, you have to admit there is an inquantifiable benefit in giving our people the opportunity to study such advanced technology. Oh, is that before or after you blow it or seal it away? Fine, fine, but the moment I judge this little venture on unsustainable risk to the ironworks, I'm ending it. Savvy? And to keep you honest, using my authority as deputy president, I've gone ahead and brought in a consultant, a master engineer, and mechanical genius. You didn't. Ah, narrow. Right. Right. It has to be narrow again. This guy. He's about to pop a blood vessel. Come now, you mustn't build their expectations too high. It would be less dramatic when I surpass them. Has to be narrow. Oh no, absolutely not. This is not happening. Yes, there he is, with his smug-ass face. Narrow tells Scava, eager to begin his first day as a loyal member of the Ironworks team. Looking forward to working with you, Garland. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Pogger? She's just having a blast. What a dramatic-ass character entry. I knew it was him, though, the moment so fell the hunter, but what of the hound? So rose the I didn't read that! Excuse me, that went too fast! Oh, come on. So... Shirogane.
Come to see how we're getting on? We've made good progress since we took back Mihgo, but there's one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that here. Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
If only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion. For the time being, we're just going to have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together. Something tells me we're going to be hosting a lot of meetings in the near future. But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw aches. The Reach is yours, Nago. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Well.
There you are. I've been searching all over for you. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me?
Will you join me?
I'll get to the point. Might you be interested in a spot of adventure?
I guess I don't have
After
a
all,
choice.
we were adventurers before we were scions, were we not? After routing the Imperials and liberating our Mihgo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots? So, what say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
Twist my arm, why don't you? It's what we do, I suppose. My guy's like, that's not what respite is to me. Let's see here. No, I'm still in Stormblood. I don't understand why they put the... Whatever. Right then, let's go and find Master Leveilleur. Actually, leave that to me. I want you fresh for our little adventure. Wait for us by the Aetheryte, and we'll be along shortly. See you there. Teleports because I'm lazy. Don't tell me you all have Aetheryte. Okay, now. Wedge. What would Wedge have a job for me for? Greetings. 'Twould seem we are to accompany Arnivald on some manner of escapade. Escapade? Have you any idea what we've gotten yourselves into? Allow me to explain. It'll be something of a history lesson, but I'll try to be brief. No snoring, if you please. Now, the events I would speak of occurred before the occupation, back when Mihgo was still a monarchy, and Theodoric sat on the throne. A uniquely brutal despot, by all accounts. That he was. The King of Ruin suffered no rivals, real or imagined, and his dispute with the monks of the Fist ended with Ralga's Reach being burned to the ground. And in the later years of his rule, he was seized by the unshakable belief that unseen forces were conspiring to steal his crown. And so he ordered that every soul with a claim to the throne be executed, including his own family. The wealth of the poor sods he put to death became the property of the king, and it's said that these royal treasures were hoarded somewhere in the palace. Thus was born the legend of the Mad King's Trove. Ah, I believe I see the direction of our adventure is to take. I assume you have a mind to unearth this hidden bounty? You assume correctly. And would I also be correct in assuming that this legend is widely known? Others must surely have gone in search for your prize, tempting as it seems. Well, of course we won't be the first to make the attempt. Following Mihgo's liberation, more than a few eager soldiers turned the palace upside down in hopes of claiming an easy fortune. But even after scoring every room from dawn till dusk, they uncovered not a single coin. Their gold lust drained away as quickly as it had come, and the legend of the Mad King's Trove remained simply that, a legend. But I see you have no intention of letting the story end there. What self-respecting adventurer would? Imagine, the three of us, delving into a decades-old mystery. Tell me, the thought doesn't set your heart to race, set your heart racing. You've learned remote boxing. Boxing. The news of Roma and Alamigo's liberation has kindled the flames of revolution in every corner of the Empire. I hear the imperial province of Dalmasca has already risen up in rebellion, which means the Garleans must surely have their hands full. What better time than now to indulge in some diversion? Tell us, Arnvald, have we any clues as to where we might begin our search? Well, judging by how the other treasure hunters fared, nosing about the palace isn't just like to get us anywhere, so we'll probably need to ask around. Would that be another way of saying no? Well, yes. I see. In that case, I shall pay a visit to the Allied archivists and request access to the records seized from the Imperials. The Garleans are meticulous about such things. If they uncovered the trove during the occupation, the event is certain to have been recorded. In the meantime, the two of you can track down those who worked as palace servants and officials in Theodoric stay. Given that they would have been at least 20 at the time, we'll be looking for people who have seen 40 summers or more. Anything they can tell you about the king and his bloody deeds may prove useful, so be sure to listen well. Arnvald, pray try your luck in the fringes and the peaks whilst Kashola makes the rounds in the Alamigan quarter. And there I was thinking I was the party leader. Not that I mind, of course. Let's be about it. We can meet afterwards in the blah blah blah, whatever. Whatever that word is. I don't know. Going on a treasure hunt when I should be doing something else. Sounds about right. I didn't attune? Ugh. Absolute L. I've done that a few times, actually. Quite silly of me. I hope I can fly, I don't know though. No. I still can't fucking fly. How could I forget to attune? Looney Tune, that's me. Don't exactly remember how to get in there. Is it just this way? Okay, good. I wasn't sure if it was like an underground trip or something like that. Gate guard. can't believe I didn't attune. That's silly. I'm gonna do that right now. Otherwise I'll just forget again. Middle-aged Highlander. In the palace? No, not me, lad. Surely you've heard stories of the Mad King. He used to hold public executions up on the divine audience. Anyone, and I mean anyone, suspected of conspiring against the crown was flung from the top of those steps. Suffice it to say that I stayed as far away from the palace as possible. Fair. Mature maid. You want to hear an old maid's stories, do you? Well, most of what I know of the Mad King is common knowledge. We'd only see his royal majesty when he deigned to attend the executions he'd ordered, and after a while, even watching his enemies die wasn't enough to coax him out of hiding. They say he started seeing assassins in every shadow, and wouldn't set foot outside the palace walls. I was offered work there as a royal servant once, but the mere thought of it left me in a cold sweat. I feel like you get executed for denying to offer your service, but just judging from what I'm hearing. Rogadin. I served at the pleasure of King Theodoric, and lived to tell the tale. One of the palace guards I was. Truth be told, it was a dark chapter in my life, and one I'd sooner forget. Hardly a night went by when I didn't hear blood-curdling screams echoing from the inner chambers, which, of course, we were under orders to ignore. So we'd stand still as statues, trying not to imagine what horrors were unfolding within. If you're hell-bent on finding out what happened in the palace, head down the street here and ask old Arnold. He was the king's head scribe. Arnold. Arnold. What do you want with me? I yawn. I'm tired. You would have me dredge up some decidedly unsavory memories. Yes, if Ala Mihgo is to move forward, we must needs acknowledge the misdeeds of the past. Very well. I shall tell you what I remember. I take it you know of Theodoric's paranoia and the public execution of his kinsmen. Those were terrible enough, but in his last days, the king's fevered mind settled upon an even grislier method of disposal, which only a chosen few were unfortunate enough to witness. His Majesty ordered the court thaumaturge to unleash a vile curse upon the remaining members of the royal family, a magic which transformed them into fiends of hideous aspect. The resulting monstrosities were then cast into the darkness below the palace. Even now, my sleep is troubled by nightmares. If others of Theodoric's blood were prone to share his madness, then mayhap it is a kindness that the monarchy ended with him. Oops. Since we're already here, why don't we share what we've learned? Allow me to begin, then. As promised, I scored the Imperial records of any mention of fantastic treasures, and found precisely none. It's just possible, I suppose, that a corrupt official deliberately hid the fact of the trove's discovery, hoping to enrich himself, but I find it rather unlikely that so valuable a find would stay secret for long. I conclude that our prize either does not exist, or that the Imperials somehow overtook it. But what of you? What are your were your investigations any more fruitful? Turned into monsters? And what could he mean by the darkness beneath the palace, I wonder? I met an old man in Alagiri who spoke of the palace's subterranean prison, but he said not of cursed abominations. The Imperial Archives are also silent on the subject of fiends inside the palace grounds. Could this scribe fellow have been spinning him a yarn, do you think? Do you believe him? If he was afraid, that does lend credence to the tale, though I'm not sure how that helps in our search. Do not be so hasty. Arnold's anecdote may very well have told us where the trove is hidden, but ere I share my theory, there is a matter I should clarify. Ironvolt, you spoke of light-hearted adventure, but I sense a deeper motive for this expedition. Why are you so intent on finding this treasure? It wasn't all pretense, I swear, but you're right. My father was in the Imperial Army, a man of Garlean blood. I trust you know what I mean when I say that my Alamegan mother did not welcome my arrival. Oh my god, I'm not feeling good all of a sudden. I need to sit down for a sec. When you get that, like, overwhelming urge to vomit, but you don't actually want to. Oops, I accidentally skipped all that. I'm too tired to read right now. I mean, read out loud. I can still read, I'm just... Hey, it's Minfilia. I doubt I have any room in my inventory. I do. Well, that's a surprise. What the heck is that? Savage aim. Wow. Let's go. Dun, dun, dun. Oops. Those need to be the other ones. There we go. Mad King's Trove. Actually, mayhap it would be better if we first adjourned to a more suitable location. In case a rival treasure hunter overhears our plans, you mean? Good thinking. That was not exactly the reason, but 'tis certainly a valid concern. Let us reconvene on the southern edge of Loch Seld. Sure, I will use the washroom. Where am I going? Oh my god, I'm almost level 84 on Maripa. Blow a kiss on my bird? No, I cannot. Forgive me. It was not my intention to draw out our proceedings. I simply wished to have the lock in sight while I explain things. Dear Thying Alphino, prior to the great flood of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, the salt lakes you see before you were yet dry ravines, and this, believe it or not, was the site of the ancient city of Scala, which rose and fell during the Fifth Astral Era. From what we know of the period, the city was already deserted by the time the waters began to rise, having been all but destroyed by war, yet its ruins remain to this day at the bottom of the lock cell. It is my belief that the darkness beneath the palace mentioned by Theodic's former scribe was not a reference to the prison, but to a place still further down. The ruins of Scala. I further surmised that the Mad King's unfortunate kinsmen were cast down there not simply out of desire to punish them, but to discourage exploration. Theodoric wanted to keep the ruins secure. Wait, you're saying they were meant to guard the Mad King's travel? Precisely, and since we know the court thaumaturge was involved, we can safely assume that any entrance into the old city will have been magically concealed. Which would explain how a legion of Imperial soldiers and the gods know how many Alamegans never found a trace of the trove. We, however, have certain advantages which they do not enjoy. Would you be so good as to swim down to the bottom of the lock and search for an underwater route into the ruins? While you do that, Ironvald and I will seek out an ensorcelled portal. I don't know what that means, but I agree. Ensorcelled. Encoraled, maybe? I doubt it. I'm to go into the water then. Oh, it was here. You discover a passage that appears to lead under the palace foundations. Press on and find out where it goes. Yes, sir. Stone door. You come to a worn stone door, standing temptingly ajar. It would appear you have found an entrance into the subterranean ruin. Sola, it's Alphino. We have searched the prison beneath the palace and found a door concealed by enchantments. Have you aught to report? And you believe it leads into the ruins? Excellent. Then I propose we proceed with our respective entry points and look to meet somewhere in the middle. Oh, come on, lads. We might as well make it a race. Victory goes to the first adventurer to find their treasure. Godspeed. The drowned city of Scala now accessible. Please tell me I can just do this with NPCs. Oh my god. Brutal. Oops. Withdraw. Back at it again for waiting for the dungeons. Time to draw again. Back at it again. As soon as I start drawing, though, that's when I always get a pop-up, so my habit will speed things up a bit. my god, look what time it is. Maybe. It's so goofy. Alright, got it with that. Oops. Shoot. Sorry, my bad. I attacking my teammate? Whoa. Sweet.
Oh, bugger it.
Are you all right?
Aye. Aye. Everything's still attached.
Ah, it seems both our paths led here. Very good. We spent altogether too much time fleeing fiends horrid and numerous. How fared you? Much the same, then. 'Twould appear this place is yet inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Terrible, aye. But their misfortune is our fortune?
Quite. By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face. Thanks for believing in me, you two.
Now they have enough funds to go around. Weepy! Forge ahead! Aaronvold and I forged ahead at the fastest pace we could manage, but I was not surprised to find you waiting for us. I suppose it serves us right for challenging the Warrior of Light. Next time, we should agree on some manner of handicap. We may have lost Alphino, but think of what we found. Quite. I am still reeling at the sight of the Mountain of Riches. What, like how you reel at the sight of the floating spectre, you mean? You should have heard him scream. He does not like ghosts. Must we dwell on such momentary lapses? We found the Man King's trove, and that is all that matters. Matters. I should have said like matters. That is all that matters. All jesting aside, we must tell the people the good news, and I think Lise should be the first. Seconded. There is to be a meeting of representatives across from Mihgo. So she is sure to be in the city. Shall we seek her out? Yawn. There she is. She's here. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, you three look pleased with yourself. What you've been up to? I'm glad you asked, Lise, and I'm pretty sure you're going to like the answer. joking. The Mad King's troll. I thought it was a myth. So did plenty of the people, but they didn't have Kersol and Alphino in their party. The credit for finding it should really go to them. As for what to do with it all, I vote that it go towards alleviating the suffering of Alamigo's poor. Gods, if there's as much as you say... Erenvold did not exaggerate, I assure you. You could not hope to carry even a fraction of it out on your own. I would have taken the liberty of sketching out a rough map of the ruins. If you will assemble a squad of your most trusted freedom fighters, they should be able to follow the route where the treasure lies. Understood. I'll make sure every coin is accounted for, and that goes for the spending of it as well. Thank you. Oh, there is one other thing. When the time comes to draw up a plan for distributing the spoils, I would ask that you consult Alphino. I don't have a head for details. I'm not educated. I see that simply handling out sacks of gil won't solve anything, but I couldn't rightly tell you what to do instead. Oh, I know the feeling. I'd welcome any advice you could give us, Alphino. Of course, I should be at your disposal. Commander, we've got a problem. Deep breaths. Tell me what's happened. A mob's gathered outside the headquarters, and they've started making demands. You'd best come and see it for yourself. A mob.
All of you!
Like hells we will! We know who you've got in there!
We're not leaving till you hand her over!
Bring her out!
Ah.
What's going on?
Bulldoga or whatever.
Someone let slip about
Fordola.
It's true then! The bitch really is in there! I knew it! I bloody knew it! We demand vengeance! Bring her out! Today we butcher the butcher!
Butcher the... Come on, you don't mean that! We'd be no better than the Imperials if you'd all just calm down!
Calm down! That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street!
Aye! And my dad! That bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock!
We all know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer. How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh? And here you are, protecting her!
So that's what all the fuss is about. Hearken to me, brothers and sisters of Alamigo.
Hey, who's this?
That's the Bull of Alamigo.
My friends, you are not alone in your anger, your grief, your despair, for it is mine as well. That gnawing pain in your breast, it is enough to bring an old bull to his knees. But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live. Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers. I share your thirst for justice, for vengeance. But we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites. We will never know the truth. Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves. When they look to our example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Alamigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
I know you're right, I do. But I can't.
My thanks, Raban. Listening to their anger, I could feel myself being swept away. 'Tis a difficult tide to stem. 'Twas the same rage which brought us to our feet and carried us to victory. But now that the war is over, all the unspent fury is being channeled into vengeance. Aye, and it's not just here. We've reports of mobs forming all over. They've been targeting folk They're targeting folk known to have cooperated with the Garleans. It starts with insults most often, then someone picks up a stone. Some industrious souls even thought to seek out the graves of Xenos and his officers. It was grim. I want to build a country where everyone, regardless of race or origin, can live side by side in peace. But maybe the time isn't right. Maybe people just aren't ready. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. The representatives will be here soon, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give up before I've begun. Who are these representatives anyway? Oh, village elders, refugee leaders, and the like. It wouldn't be right for us to dictate the nation's future on our own, so we've planned a summit of sorts. We've even invited the Ananta and the Kikun, I don't know how that is pronounced, to participate. Mihgo stands at a crossroads, and this meeting will decide which path it takes. The matter of Fordola's sentence cannot be suffered to disrupt proceedings. Then let's execute her and be done with it. She refuses. She herself asked to be put to death. Mihgo, I already explained to you why we wouldn't do that. Sending her to the gallows might satisfy people right now, but where would it end? Should we round up everyone who collaborated, and even who didn't resist? There would be no one left, and we'd be no better than the Theodoric and Xenos? Theodoric? You're not wrong. Begging your pardon, but might I be allowed to speak with Fordola? Only I caught a glimpse of her past, a moment of it, anyway, during the fight. She's done terrible things, unforgivable things, but in some ways, she's a victim of the circumstances in which she was born, and that's something I can understand. Alright, speak with the prison guard when you're ready, and I'll come and join you. I want to talk to her too. I'll return to my other duties then. We've barely begun to investigate the facility where they gave Fordola her powers. Be fairly warned, friends. She will test you. Don't let her emotions color your judgment when she does.
Well, well, well. So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you?
Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
That's not why we're here, no. Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom? Well, I meant it. And not to mock you either.
You're wasting your time. All of this is pointless! There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know it! I killed your men. I killed my men! And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
That's a lie, and you know it! You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless. Relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want. You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away. I see you, Fadola. I see you for what you are.
Oh, are we gonna have more, like, information on her past? I'm going to assume it's not a nice one.
Come along, Fadola. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
All right! Father, what's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
There you go again with all your questions. Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Alamigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
Filthy tin-head lovers.
Father, what did that man call us?
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who'd gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
Okay.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
Fadola!
Traitors!
Huh?
Please! You have to do something! My husband and daughter are in danger!
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of Arn.
We're citizens! We're...
Ah!
Father, I'm scared.
It's all right. It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive. Traitors! Traitors!
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
Fadola, please! You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier? Oh, gods! What have you done to your face?
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honouring Father's memory.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time. It'll be hard. Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. But we won't, no matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
So, you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
You had every chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes, wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past? And what? A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they? Don't you dare patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led! The bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay! You. All that power. All that pain. It's too much. Too much for anyone.
That's what I've been saying this whole time. My wall's gonna break down.
The things they've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How? Why?
I don't got a fucking clue. I should be bawling.
Damn you. Damn you all.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it. Let's go.
I don't know that we solved anything exactly, but we've given Fordola something to think about at least. And I've found something new to think about too. I don't know about you, but the vision will only come to me every now and then. From the way Fordola kept wincing, though, I get the feeling she's having them almost all the time. That's a lot of bad memories to deal with. I wonder, could there be some sort of fundamental difference between one who was born with the Echo and one who's been artificially imbued with it? Well, the immortal flames have been scouring the research facility ever since the liberation. There's a chance they might find some answers for us. General Alden's there overseeing the investigation. Let's go and pay him a visit, shall we? Echoes of an echo. I kind of forgot this was there. I don't know why. What news? You spoke with Fordola, I take it? Yes, as expected. She didn't say very much, but it wasn't a total waste of time. Ehrenwald noticed something odd about her. He thinks she might be having visions almost constantly, which is not how the Echo normally works. Have you found anything here which might explain why it's so different for her? We've been hard-pressed just to organize the research materials, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the Scion's expert assistance if you have time to lend a hand. The device in which Kryl was held seems even more ominous now you know its purpose. The surrounding pods are marked Supply Subject, while this one bears the label Master Subject. The Ironworks received a request from the Alliance to analyze these devices, and I've been recording everything of interest. Do you notice the labeling? All the pods are designed to drain the ether of the occupant, save that one right there. Unlike the others, the interior has been fitted with an array of sensors to measure etheric waveforms. To what purpose, however, I couldn't tell you. So many bodies. Every one of these victims an experiment. Few show any signs of external injury. From what we've been able to determine, they perished from forcible ether extractions. Such a miserable way to die. I know little and less of science, so any light you can shed on this faculty's operations would be much appreciated. Shall we start with you? Blah 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 blah. Explains. Taken in combination with the testimonies of Kryl and Thancred, I do begin to see exactly what the Imperials were attempting here. The enhancement procedure entails infusing a single candidate with ether, siphoned from a multitude of supply subjects. As for the master subject, in this case Kryl, the patterns of her etheric activity would provide the model upon which they would artificially engineer the candidate's aura. In other words, they were trying to recreate Kryl's echo. I believe so, which would explain a prisoner's present state. Kryl is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and it seems probable that the procedure engendered the same acute sensitivity in Fordola. The soldiers who guard Fordola, many of them lost friends and family to the skulls. And there's a sentry at the door, night and day. If she can't help sensing their thoughts and seeing their past... But you don't just see their past, you live it. All the emotions, all the pain. Imagine what it'd do to you. You'd never be the same again. Indeed, as you may recall, Isael was completely transformed by a single glimpse of Hraesvelgr's past. Fordola has been forced to experience the agony of those whose lives she destroyed. The guilt must be unbearable. That explains her request to be executed. Sounds to me like a kind of justice. Regardless, she can suffer for now. We have more pressing matters to consider. If the results of these experiments have been relayed back to Garlemald, there will be naught to stop the Empire from repeating the trick. They could give the echo to anyone, to an entire legion. We must be ready. We must learn all we can do to stop these godforsaken procedures, and Fordola remains our best source of information. She'll not be getting her wish, not yet. Right. Keep faith, lass. If you're to convince others to follow you, you must believe what you're telling them. People will respond to passion, but not if it's feigned. I understand. Thank you, General. We should leave the flames to it. Let's go. I go looking for answers about the echo, and I end up getting schooled by Raban. Yet more evidence that I don't know what I'm doing. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. General Alden is a veteran of countless campaigns, Lys. You cannot compare yourself to a commander of his experience. I know, but I also know that I could never convince the mob to give up and go home. It makes me realize how much we rely on his authority, and how much I still have to learn. I wonder what he'll do when everything here is settled. I mean, it's his homeland. After going to the trouble of winning it back, might he not want to stay? 'Tis a quandary which countless refugees now face, to continue the life they built in Ul'dah, or start again in the land of their birth. A moment. I am newly returned from Ul'dah with a message from the Sultana. Her Grace desires an audience with you. She understands that you have responsibilities here, but asks that you visit the palace at your earliest convenience. Well, I must away and attend to the other business. Until then, my friends. An audience with the Sultana. Depending on the nature of her consultation, this might be a perfect opportunity to inquire about the General's future plans. Yes, we'd all like to know about those. Alpha know, but not everyone is comfortable interrogating royalty as you. Take no notice of him. Yippee! Am I gonna level up? Have I already leveled up? I didn't really look. Oh, I did already. I must change now to something else. I can accept. FFXIV's thoughts appear to have turned from venture to administrative operation. Well, the question of how to put the Mad King's treasure to good use shows no sign of answering itself. Shall we be about it? I'm at your beck and call. And I should be getting back to my own tasks. I'll organize a squad to head down to the ruins and then start preparing for the big meeting. Oh, and send Nanamo my reward. What? Who's Nanamo? Nanamo, that's very familiar. I don't... Nanamo my regards. Oh, that's the name of the Sultana. I was like, I don't really hear her name very often. But I think that is the Sultana. And ours too, if you please. We shall see you on our return. Or your return, I don't know. Both. Can't believe I'm going back to Ulda. Feels kinda good, man. Wait, where am I going exactly? To the throne area? Possibly a strip, most likely. Ding, 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 ding. Dun, dun, dun. How's that, hun? I'm going to pause this for now.